Welcome to the 8th grade Math Homework Helper Series. Tonight's homework is PR5, Solving Proportional Word Problems. We're going to start by taking a look at number 3. Number 3 states that in a certain concrete mixture, the ratio of cement to sand is 1 to 4. At the same rate, how many bags of cement would be used with 50 bags of sand? So we can see that the ratio is set up for us. The first number is going to be cement, the second number is going to be sand, and we have 1 to 4. So as we set that up, we can see we have 1 cement over 4 sand, and the other number that we have here is 50 bags of sand. So when I set that up, I line up across from sand the other number for sand. And I put these on here, the labels, so that you could see that the 4 bags of sand and the 50 bags of sand are on the same level. And the 1 bag of cement and the unknown number bags of cement are both on the same level. And once you've set this up, then you're going to cross multiply. And when you do that, you are going to get 4x equals 50. And then we're going to want to try to get x by itself. So we divide by 4, and we divide by 4. And using a calculator, which you are allowed to do, you put in 50 divided by 4, and that's going to get you 12.5. Equals 12.5. So now that I have my answer, it will be 12.5 bags of concrete. I need to put that in a sentence. You need 12.5 bags of cement for 50 bags of sand. Okay, let's take a look at another problem. Let's take a look at number 6. John received $10.25 in dividends on 25 shares of a stock. How much should Marie receive in dividend for 80 shares of the same stock? So the first thing we need to do is set up the equation. So we have our $10.25 for 25 shares. So because those are both part of the same ratio, they need to be one over top of the other. And then we have an unknown amount of dollars, so I'm going to put that horizontally with the amount of money that I do know. And we have 80 shares, and I'm going to line that up with the 25 shares. And again, once we get those in place, we need to cross multiply. At which point we get 25x equals 10.25 times 80. And we're going to have to divide by 25, and if we do that over here, we're going to have to do it over here as well. And so, using the calculator, I can do 10.25 times 80 equals 820 divided by 25 equals 32.8. And since we're talking about money, that's going to be $32.80. And then we need to put that into a sentence. Marie should receive $32.80. Now let's take a look at number 9. Number 9 says a bag with 8 cups of dried rice makes 32 servings of rice. How many fewer servings of rice will the bag have if 2 cups are removed? So the first thing we need to do, just like before, even though this problem is set up a little differently, is to set up our equation. So we have 32 servings for 8 cups. And then we have an unknown amount of servings for 6 cups. Just like before, we still need to cross multiply these. And when we do that, we get 8x equals 32 times 6. And before we go ahead and multiply that, we can first of all try to isolate x by dividing by 8. So we'll do that on both sides. And now we can use our calculator. And we can do 32 times 6 equals 192 divided by 8 equals 24. So we get 24 servings. And then we take that, put it into a sentence. There will be 8 fewer servings of rice in the bag. Well, remember, we had 32 servings before. So 24 servings is not the answer, but we have to subtract. If we had 32, and we now know we can get 24 with that one, what's the difference? 8. So how many fewer servings of rice? 8 fewer servings. And the last question we're going to take a look at is number 12. It says Drew puts 7 gallons of gas into his truck for a cost of $27.23. How much more will he have to pay if he adds 2 more gallons into his truck? And she also asks what's the unit price. So there's 2 ways you could solve this. Let's take a look at way number 1. You could set this up so that you have the $27.23 divided by 7, which is going to get you $3.89, and that would be your unit price. That's what he's paying per gallon. And once you know what he pays per gallon, you could take that unit, multiply it by 2, figure out that it's $7.78, and then that's how much Drew would have to pay. Drew will pay $7.78 for 2 more gallons of gas. Now this way may seem intuitive in terms of how to come across the answer. It's not the process we had been using. So let's take a look at actually setting up an equation and see if it gets us the same answer. So we have 7 gallons for $27.23, and we know that the $27.23 over 7, that's money over 7 gallons. We don't know how much money he would pay for 2 more gallons, so that the X is the dollars and 2 is the gallons. Once we have that set up, we cross multiply. We get 7x equals 27.23 times 2. We divide by 7 to isolate x. We divide this by 7, and when we multiply and then divide by 7, we get $7.78. Then, if you take, this would be the answer to the first part. Then take this and divide it by 2, and that would give you the unit price, which would be the second piece that you would need to find. So, but the answer is that Drew still will pay $7.78 for 2 gallons of gas. Please use the homework that I've done for you tonight to help you solve the additional problems that are on your sheet. Remember, the key to success in math is not only working hard, but working smart.